Hello there, welcome back to the Ogre, the old Git Reacts, Reviews and Off Times Reminisces. Today we're doing a style of black metal that I don't normally get along with because it's, well, it's too accomplished. But this lot, they've cornered me in an alley and give me a good kick in and said you'll like it whether you want to or not. And I've come round to their way of thinking. Let's listen, shall we? Best way to find out why, innit? Yeah, boom. So I can hear you asking, why don't you like this then? Well, I do like this, but why don't you like this style of black metal then, Mac? Well, they've not shown all their cards yet, and to be fair, it's other songs on this album which where they lay out their stall in greater detail. So for starters, no complaints. It's fast and it's got energy and it's got the atmosphere. I particularly like the bass on this album. It reminds me of the smell of cherry pipe tobacco, if that makes sense. Mellow, or even though it's insistent, it's mellow. Yes, so Tómarúm, I presume it's pronounced. They've got the accents there for some reason. I've heard before, and I was interested, but not enough to buy the previous work. Heard this one and bought it, which says it all, really, doesn't it? This is where things get more problematic for me in general terms. You've probably already noticed that they do cram an awful lot in here. The flavours change from bitter to sweet and tart to whatever, sour, all the time. It's not a linear ride. There's the general theme remains fairly constant, but there are swirls and eddies within it all that are changing all the time. And it's the lead guitar here that in other bands turns me right off, but this lot seem to do it in a way which I find rather pleasing. There's a hint of those of you that know or are old enough to remember Mystic Forest had a very pleasing lead guitar riff, which although it's not quite the same here, it's evocative of it. I'm sure that's purely coincidental. So this is labelled by the band and their listeners as progressive black metal, broadly speaking, and you'll find no argument from me on that front. However, it's a question of degree, and this shorter song, relatively short song, sort of hints more at progressiveness than some of the longer tracks, which on the whole tend to be a bit more progressive, to my ears anyway. And taking the album as a whole, really, if you go to a firework display, particularly one where there is a bonfire, which is typical in the UK at times, most people are looking up, dazzled by the spectacle of explosions and you know, flashes and the sort of fizzing glitter of what's going off up in the air. Me, I'm sort of more attracted to the shitty little bonfire that some kids have made and have chucked all sorts of shite on there, which results in a pretty poor bonfire but an awful lot of smoke. And for me, I prefer to look at the smoke and form shapes within it. There's not an awful lot of that this band. They are definitely more of the providers of the aerial spectacle, the flashes and the bangs and whatever you. And on this occasion, I'm quite happy to look at that and turn my head away from the smoke a whiles. Someone's showing off a bit here. I suppose if you've got the skills, let's have them. I wasn't going to interrupt this till the end, or I was going to leave it till the end, I was going to say, but when you're at my age, when the thoughts come to you, you best express them as soon as you can before they flit away like butterflies on the wind. They are their own band, Tómarúm. However, no band exists, very few bands exist that don't have a sound where you can find similar elsewhere, and it struck me just then listening to that lead guitar work that is it Mosh-pit or whatever they're called, the Australian band, who I can listen to for a very short period of time before it's just not my thing. These remind me of a Mosh-pit, pronouncing that wrong, who I would like. They're not the same, but some of the structures are similar, and Tómarúm do it in a way which I can listen to happily, whereas the other band can't for some reason. It's just the way that, it's not what you do, it's the way that you do it. And another sort of reference point for me here is Fen, who don't sound, these two don't sound anything alike. However, elements just give that spark of familiarity, if you will. And Fen, another band who I can listen to one or two tracks, but I can't listen to a full album. It's just not my thing. It's as simple as that, really. So there you go. I do love a song that finishes in a rapid and exultant fashion, and the keyboard wash at the end there was just uplifts. It was in the background a little bit, but it was there distinctive enough to give you that lift. And let's face it, this band are one who aren't the sort of band that's gonna have you reaching for the sleeping tablets and the razor blades. This is a band that's gonna have you dashing around with abandon, happy with yourself and whatever lays around you. It's an escape. It's an escape, isn't it, from whatever darkness may be beyond your door, if you're in that position. And at the moment, quite a few of us have shadows beyond the safety of our own home, whether they be real or perceived, political or economical or what have you. So having the escape of an album like this is very welcome. So yeah, just to repeat myself, really, this isn't my sort of thing normally, but the way Tómarúm do it, in this case, it is fantastic. Anyway, clicky bollocks if you want. Catch you all next time. Cheerio.